Hello and welcome to Aaron's 31 Days of Horror. We're almost at the ending, y'all. Thank you for those who have stayed with me throughout this process and those who are joining me as well. Today, on this beautiful day of horror, I'm going to be doing a television program. It is going to be episode 1 of Welcome to Derry. That's right, the It Saga has now done a series. Here's how it's going to go. Pretty much how I review films. It's going to be just like that. Added little flavor, added little tidbits in there, but overall, just the way I give you a review of a movie. I would love you in the comments to let me know if I should keep this going, because this is only episode 1. Do you want to see me do this week to week, reviewing each episode of It Welcome to Derry? All of this will be spoiler free for you. Let's get this thing going. So first up is how to watch this episode of Welcome to Derry, episode 1. I watch shows by myself, but maybe you have someone in your house that likes to watch what you like to watch. I think that this is more of an experience to have with yourself, or possibly with someone who is quiet watching programming like this. But overall, I think you're safe to watch alone. Also watch it with a blanket, as there are things that you might want to hide your eyes behind. A new little segment for this series is, who is this show for? Now, I'm just doing it for this episode. I won't probably do this week to week, but just who is this show for? Who do I think will enjoy watching this? Obviously, you like the It world. Duh, this is for you. It seems like it's going to be more slow-moving character development things. If you like otherworldly things, so things that aren't of our world, evil presence to them. Also, if you like period things, this is in the 60s, the 50s, roughly, somewhere in there. The Music Man, when did that come out? That's important to this episode. If you're a person that likes the It world, the Derry world, if you're a person that appreciates character development, slow-moving, if you also like some otherworldly things coming your way, a period piece of the 60s, 50s time period, it's fun to you, you'll like this. So just a start to the series of Welcome to Derry. So why don't we get started with a 1-minute summary in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Derry, episode 1 is just a kind of starting out this new world. We're going back in time. It is the Andy, I can't say his last name, Muschietti, whatever, his saga. So the It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2 from the 2010s. And now we're going back into the 60s, as the first few were about the 80s. And this is the start of figuring out how Pennywise got started. So this is just kind of the first builder, introducing us to the characters that we'll be involved with throughout the series, throughout this episode. And we're getting to know the new kind of losers club, as we've got new characters that are presented to us that us actually kind of won me over right away. Some people are, I think, having an issue with that, but they won me over right away. And yeah, so we're in Derry, if you're not aware, in the 60s. And just finding out what is going on. There are some very curious things that are happening. Spoiler free on this episode review. Let's get this review going. 1-minute review for you. 3, 2, 1. This episode had its ups and downs for me. The highs were high, had me glued in, and then there were times where pretty much like all the Air Force characters really haven't drawn me in just yet. I do like that they're bringing some of like the racial tensions that were of the time, because I'm like, are we pretending that didn't exist in this pretend Derry? I'm glad they're not. They did exist, as well as, but the kids did draw me in. A lot of the kid drama, obviously the Maddie storyline. So there is a kid named Maddie. And I don't want to give away too much, but there is a kid named Andy. So the kids really did for me. The acting is great, but it does have kind of like some plot points are just not that entertaining to me. But overall, it had me glued in when it was time with the kids. And thankfully the kids have enough, and is some horror in this. So it is a horror series, which I didn't know what they're going to do, because It itself is kind of like in his head, but kind of real. Pennywise meaning. So sometimes that can be not successful if things aren't real to me. I like that there's like this impossibility, imagination kind of factor to horror, but I want them to be really happening. I don't want it to all be in our heads and then no one else sees it and you just feel crazy. It gets exhausting eventually. I will say that. I don't think that's spoiler. Things are really happening. So that's my one review, and then some. So now here's my segment of Stick the Ending. Did this episode stick its ending? Spoiler free, you're not going to know what happens. But if Aaron's, just his opinion, scale of 1 to 5, 5 being, yeah, it stuck its ending, 1 being like, not so much. Did it stick its ending? 5. 5. 5. 5. Stuck its ending. It did that thing. It did its thing. It did its thing. And then stab again. When I'm doing stab again with the series, if I decide to keep on going with this, am I coming back? Not necessarily would I stab the episode and watch it again, but am I gonna stab again? Am I coming back to stab it? And yes, I will be stabbing again. The next episode comes on Halloween, so that might be part of what I do for my Halloween, is just watch a nice little episode while I eat my lunch. Just, any given day on Aaron's days, eating lunch and watching something horrific. And to end it, I want to give you, I have a sequence of 5 characteristics if something is horror or not. So I'd like to see just specifically this episode, if this episode can meet my markers of horror, and is this episode, is it horror? Does something horrific happen in this episode? Yeah, I'd say it. There's some horrific things that are happening. Bloody. Yeah, there's blood in this. Now, I wouldn't say it's like overboard blood, but when it does the blood, there's not a bunch of it, but when it does it, it gets bloody. Now, is there an impossibility factor? What I like to say is like that otherworldly factor, the impossibility. Like, I think that part of horror is that there's this fantasy, a fantastical thing that's happening, right? Like zombies or killers that can't die or demonic possessions, things like that. And yeah, it's got it. 3. It's already fit 3 out of the 5, so that makes it horror. But let's just, for fun, my 4th marker is a new one. My 4th marker is, would I tell my mother to watch this? Now, my mom, believe it or not, does not like horror. She likes like old school horror, right? Like she's like a Psycho era horror, Jaws horror. If I could tell my mom to watch this, I don't think it hits the horror mark. And would I tell her that she could handle this? I think I would, but I tell her to watch it too. So it's already okay, it's already horror, but doesn't get that, because I would tell my mom to watch this. I think she'd enjoy it. I think that she could handle the horrors that happen. The last one is the vibe check. Aaron's personal vibe check. It's already horror. Does not matter. I made 3 out of 5, but does Aaron, would he say that this is horror? Nah, I don't think it passes my vibe check, to be honest. It just feels a bit not horrific enough for me. It is horror, but it doesn't hit everything that makes it horror to me. I like it. I'm coming back to stab it again. It had a great ending, but just the vibe check didn't feel horrific throughout. Didn't feel like something creepy. Is this episode for me? Not for me. It's for me. It's for me. I'm coming back to stab it again. It's for me. I also want to say to everybody, don't stick around for the ending. It's hard because I love watching the behind the scenes stuff for HBO shows, but they do give you what's happening in the season. And I didn't really like that I saw that. I didn't want to know all the things, kind of wanted to be surprised about some stuff. Don't watch it. It's not worth the behind the scenes. I mean, it is. I like the behind the scenes, but maybe while it's doing it. And then you're going to see the behind the scenes footage. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed these 31 days as we're closing in, getting closer and closer to Halloween, unfortunately and fortunately. Again, let me know in the comments, should I keep this going? Keep the reviews coming for Welcome to Derry. Should I keep these videos coming? Maybe not every day, maybe that's too much, but maybe weekly or bi-weekly or twice a week. Just content. What kind of content would you like to see? You get to tell me. I'm here to serve you. What scares you is personal to you. What scares me is personal to me. There's nothing wrong with what scares you. There's nothing wrong with what scares me. Both scares can exist in the world, so let's not boo on each other's scare. Happy Halloween. Psst. Hey, if you watched this episode, stick around. Is it just us now? Have you left? If you haven't watched the episode, it might be time to leave, because welcome to the spoiler room. Like a boiler room, we're spoiling in here. I just want to talk about it. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about this episode? I just want to kind of let some stuff out. I'm not giving myself a minute. I'm just going to rant. I'm going to roll. I want to know what you think in the comments. Put a spoiler room disclaimer so people can know. Wow, that freaking ending, right? That freaking ending. That's why I gave it a 5. It ended so well, it made me want to come back. I was not expecting that. You got me liking these kids. You got me out here liking these kids, wanting to root for these boys. and give me a cute little girl. Sure, she wasn't like, didn't do a lot, but Susie did something, right? You wanted me to get out of here loving them, and then you do that. You do that. We're in the spoiler room. The baby monster, great baby monster. They did a good job of finding a new way to do a monster. Maddie and his whole storyline. The drain pipe moment. Oh my gosh, creepy. Maybe not scary, but creepy. And then horrific. The ending. Maybe not scary, but gory and bloody. And that ending was like. I really was like, oh gosh, they're gonna really do that. It was all in her mind and she had a dream kind of thing, I think about it. But they didn't do that. They really are gone. They really killed off these characters. They're like, you're gonna like them. And that made me like this, because it's kind of like there are Drew Barrymore, there are Janet Leigh of Psycho, right? They are our character that we were rooting for, thought we should be rooting for the whole time. These are our people to get to know. Axed them, got rid of them. And the Maddie whole situation, that whole car ride was so freaky. Especially for series entertainment. That ending, what'd y'all think? Oh, that was so good. It made me kind of have faith in this series, because there was kind of part of that I was like, what is this point of view? This was the point of view. Well done. But what y'all think? Spoiler room disclaimer before it, right? So no one else knows and doesn't have to read it without knowing. They got him too. It's bloody, right? Smacked right against the window. That sounds like, oh, children dying. Kids be dying out here. Good to know. That's what we're doing out here. Well done ending.